Right guys, no introduction needed today. We're doing a ranking video. It's been a while since I've done one of these actually, but I've ridden a lot more coasters, and hopefully this one is going to go slightly better than the last one. If you know, you know. Disclaimer, this video is very controversial. As soon as we get into even number 20, you might want to throw a brick at your screen. But please don't kill me. These are just my opinions.
Welcome to Oblivion.
Right, so, got my phone. I've got notes open. You can't see because it's really bright, but I do. And here we go. So, at number 20, we've got the Smiler. Oh gosh. Now, I don't hate the Smiler as much as I used to, because I've had some really good rides on it. Especially, I did one last night of fireworks in 2024, in the front row at night. That was brilliant, that was. That was one of the best rides I've ever had on that. But then this year, the two rides I've had on it were very, very rough. And I mean rough to the point where even like Saw is smoother than it. But the good rides I've had on it have earned it a place on this list. Right, number 19, I've got Colossus. The layout on Colossus is just so much fun. As much as I don't really like the restraints, and it does run a bit rough, especially in the first half, I really like the layout, and those last rolls are just really, really fun. I'm just laughing the whole way through them. They're really good. And number 18, I've got Uncharted at Portaventura. I really enjoyed this thing. It had some really good surprise moments, especially that, like, spoiler alert, the backwards drop at the end. That is such a steep drop. Like, really, really good moment. And I didn't even realise it spun until, like, halfway through the queue, where there was, like, a sensory board that said spinning on it, which was pretty funny. But yeah, I really enjoyed Uncharted. It's one of the most underrated rides. Now, from one of the most underrated rides I've been on to probably the most, I've got Rita. I love Rita so much. Like, it's such an intense ride. And if you ride it properly, like, if you keep your head back, then as soon as you've done the launch, you put your head forwards. It's not even that rough. I don't know what people are on about. And that second turn is so intense. Like, I was greying out left, right and centre through that. Really, really good moment. At number 16, we've got the Grand National at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. I've only had one ride on it, but that one ride has got to be one of the most insane experiences I've ever had on a ride. It was so funny. I probably had about that much room between me and the lap bar. And if you've never ridden the Grand National, you won't know that the airtime is very strong in certain places. And so I felt like I was going to die every time I went over a hill. It was so funny. I was laughing the whole way round. Great, great ride. Number 15.
Burger King foot lettuce.
You know I had to do that. We've got Saw at Thorpe Park. I don't know what it is, but I really like Saw. I don't know why. The more I ride it, the more I love this thing. Yeah, it's a bit rough, but if you ride with your head forwards, it's really not that bad. if you ride on an inside seat with your head forwards, even in the front row, it's just really, really good fun. I love Saw so much. There's some very strong moments of airtime, and possibly my favourite surprise element on any ride I've done, that being the indoor drop. If you know me in person, you'll probably know that I always go on about the effect with the spikes, because every time I go on it, I just go over that drop and I'm like, we're gonna hit them, we are. Such a good moment, and I love Saw, even though it's like smoothness is about as consistent as my upload schedule. At number 14, we've got The Swarm at Thorpe Park. One of the smoothest rides I've ever ridden. I really like The Swarm. It's really, like, surprisingly forceful. That turn over the lake is a really, really surprising moment, and every time I do it I forget how intense it is. Yeah, I do have a cold as well, by the way, so please pardon the nose. I really like The Swarm. Also the wing over drop, especially in the left front row, is really, really good. Like, you're just dangling to the side like, really, really fun moment. Now, at number 13, we've got Black Mamba at Phantasialand. I've got a lot to say about this ride. Let's start off. It's really good. It's got a really good layout. The theming on it is really good. It's got one of my favourite stations ever. So mysterious, and then as you go out, it's got all that tribal drumming and that. And then you got the leftovers with the bones everywhere and stuff. That's really good. And then you go down the drop. The drop was really good, actually. I'd say it's probably the best invert drop that I've done. And then you get into the loop. Wait, was it the loop or the 0G roll? One of them first elements was like really headbangy when I did it, and I wasn't very impressed at all. And then as well, I'd heard people saying that it was better than Nemesis because it's like longer and it's got more to it, but I felt like the last few helixes almost were there just for the sake of making it a longer ride. I felt like they ran quite slow when I did it, and like with Nemesis, it runs fast. It's like relentless through the whole ride, even if it is quite short. With Black Mamba, it almost felt like it was just dragging on a bit, and I was like, right, are we done yet? Are we done yet? And that's not really what you want off an invert. You want one that like is forceful all the way through, and that's not what that Mamba was. But I really liked the first bit, even though it was a bit rough. Now at number 12, just down the path from Black Mamba, we've got the Colorado Adventure, and oh my gosh, similar story to the Grand National. I had so much room in the lap bar, and I was just being flung down some of these drops. I was holding on for dear life. This thing was ace. Like borderline ejector airtime down some of these drops. Such a good ride. I was not expecting it to be that good when I went and did it. Honestly, one of my favourite, I think it ended up being my third favourite ride at Phantasialand. At number 11, we have got Dragon Con, which is my favourite, like, traditional sit-down looper. So it's a John Wardley, it's very intense, like I was greying out. Has one of my favourite inversions on any ride, being that 0G roll. Very forceful, has a really good drop as well, and the interactions with Shambala are so good. At number 10, we've reached the top 10. We've got Stealth at Thorpe Park. I love this thing to bits. Every time I ride it, I just enjoy it even more, to the point where now, it used to be like, I used to prefer Swarm and Colossus over Stealth. I don't know why, I just do. I did even. But now it's my second favourite ride at the park, and if something else hadn't have come along, it would be my favourite ride at the park. Every time I do it, it's just better. And that launch, that's got to be the best launch I've ever done, like without question. Doing that in the front row on like a summer's day with your arms up, there's like no feeling like it. It's so much fun. At number 9, we've got Red Force, which is basically just stealth but taller and faster. And as much as I prefer Stealth's launch, I think that the top hat on Red Force is so much better than Stealth's. Because on Red Force, it's the tallest coaster in Europe, and you come over the drop and it doesn't it twists like at the top, and then you're just falling vertically for what seems like forever. It's such a fun and quite intense ride as well. And as well, you've only got a lap bar, which those Intamin lap bars have got to be my favourite ones, like my favourite harnesses ever. At number 8, I'm gonna get shot for having this low. Nemesis Reborn. Now, please let me explain. This is my most ridden ride, and I don't know, it just doesn't. It's really, really good. I absolutely love Nemesis. Great ride. However, it just doesn't get my heart racing like some of the rides above it. Even a ride that's in the same park as it, especially when it's running well, which I'll get onto that in a sec, is I don't know. Nemesis is really good though, don't get me wrong. It's 8th on my list, so it's really, really good. At number 7, we've got Icon at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Really, really fun ride. It's kind of graceful in a way. In the first half, it's definitely more graceful. In the second half, it kind of whips you about a bit. Really, really fun. You get some good ejector airtime moments. I actually had this originally ranked over the 6th spot. However, after careful consideration, I put the ride above it for a few reasons. But yeah, I need to get back on Icon because I only had one ride on it normally, and then one ride on it on Enzo, which I'll get onto in a sec. At number 6, we've got the Wickerman at Alton Towers. Now, I promise I don't have it this high just for sentimental value, even though that is one of the reasons. But Wickerman, when it's running well, is amazing. Like, I did it probably like 2 weeks ago or something, and it was just hauling around the layout. Back row, I probably had like that much room, and yeah, the airtime is just mad on that ride. It flings you around, and if you ever get the chance to do it at night in the rain, if you want one of the most chaotic experiences you'll ever have, definitely go for At Night in the Rain. At number 5, we've got Fly at Phantasialand. Whew, what a ride. That ride, let's just go from the area first. Walking into that area for the first time gave me shivers. Such a good area, so well designed. The ride is just everywhere. Everywhere you look in Rookburg, there's Fly. Like, Fly is Rookburg and Rookburg is Fly. There's no other rides there. It's just an amazing like way that they weave the whole area together. And then the ride has got to be the smoothest thing I've ever done. You feel like you're gliding on air. you wouldn't know that you're on a track if you didn't look above you. Now, I only had one ride on this, and it was in the front row, and I must say, one moment that stood out to me was after the second launch. You kind of come up, it's on like an incline, the second launch is, and you go up into like this hill, and it's like Airtime, but not in the same way. It's like flying Airtime, and it's so hard to explain. You kind of like get flung into the back of the seat, and it made me like scream out because I was not expecting it to be that good. I'd heard things going in that like the Airtime on it was good, but I did not know how it was going to feel. And honestly, such a good moment. At number 4, we've got Enzo at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Now yes, I count Icon and Enzo as 2 different credits, but here's my reasoning. Icon is at number 7, and I can't justify putting Icon any higher. However, Enzo, I can, because Enzo was absolutely wild, and I kind of had that split between where do I put him if I count them as one thing, and so I decided to count them as 2, just for the rankings. But Enzo, man, what an experience. You are like, and I don't even know what happened on there. Like, especially the Junior Immelman was such a good moment. Like, I was being forced out of my seat whilst facing backwards through that thing. Such a good moment. At number 3, we've got Taran at Phantasialand. The only attraction there that I did multiple times, and I only did it twice, both were in the back row. But oh my gosh, like the theming, the launches, the second launch in particular, the way that it, like, especially the second half, just whips you around. Like the first half is almost like a family coaster. You're like swooping through the village and everything. Then you hit that second launch, and it's just relentless. It's like a ball trying to throw you off. Such a good it's such a good ride. Like, it's so good. I was lost for words at the end of it. And as they say in Germany, sehr gut. It means very good. At number 2, right, what's it going to be at number 2? Hyperia at Thorpe Park. Words cannot describe this attraction. Other than short and not themed, the ride is insane. Going down that first drop for the first time, we somehow, me and my mate, managed to get the back row for that first ride on Hyperia on opening day, and going down that drop in the back row for the first time was just mental. Like, lap bars only, hands up. It's such a good moment on such a good ride. The Immelman is really good in the back. The outer bank, you just have no clue what's going on in that element. You like get airtime. If you're in the front half of the train, you get airtime going into it. If you're in the back half of the train, you kind of get whipped down it and through the roll. Then you've got the stall where you're upside down for like 7 seconds or something. It's wild. You can like sit there and have a cup of tea and a conversation whilst being upside down. You come down, you got the trim brakes that like fling you forwards, which is pretty funny. Then you go up, you've got the 2 airtime hills that deliver really strong airtime. I'm not sure if I've done it yet with the new wheels. I might have, I'm not sure when they changed them. But when I did it, like start of April maybe, it was running really, really well. So I think I might have done it with the new wheels. Somebody tell me, I'll put a picture of the training from then. And yeah, it's just, it's wild. Hyperia is one of the best rides I've ever been on. And at number 1, no surprise here, we've got Shambala at Portaventura. You're out of your seat on this ride longer than you're in it. Especially if you get some room in the lap bar, you're just floating. It's like the best experience ever. That back row night ride that I did on it is like one of the best rides I've had on anything, anytime, ever. Like, I'm so happy that I got to experience that. Because I'm not gonna lie, I was worried because I was trying to get on as many coasters as I could in like 4 hours or something that I had in the park. And yeah, we managed to get the Hyperia night ride in, and it was just out of this world. I'm so happy that I got to experience that. You got the drop that was like, you're just out of your seat all the way down it. The bottom of the drop's really intense actually, which is quite funny. You kind of almost grey out there. You got the big airtime hill after it. The turnaround that's also surprisingly intense. Then you got that speed hill, which is so good. It's like probably the best moment on the ride, other than the drop. That gives you like some solid ejector airtime. You then got more hills, you got splashdown, you got more hills, and then you got the brakes, and like, oh, I just want to go back to Portaventura, man. Get me back on Shambala. I miss that thing so much. So, that was my top 20 rides that I've ridden. Like and subscribe if you want to see more ranking videos like this, because it's something I haven't done in a while. And so yeah, like and subscribe. You've been watching Airtime Addict. Comment below your top 20. And yeah, I'll see you around. Try a bit.